Let's take a look at our brand new template creation window in version 10. Under Edit, let's choose Templates, and it'll bring up the template editor. We can look at all the other templates that we've created and we can make edits to them if we want to make changes. Or if we want to create a new template, just select New at the bottom and give it a name. It's automatically going to choose the printable area of the paper you have selected. So if you don't want that, you can type in a new width and height for it. And we can add a background if we want a background image underneath our entire template. If not, we're ready to go over to Frame. And here's where we can start laying out our frames. I'm going to choose size, and for here I'm going to choose an 8 by 10. I'm going to say Add Frame. That frame will now come into the first available spot on our template. We can continue to add frames at different sizes. So let's do some 3 by 5s here. And we'll add those. And maybe if we want a 4 by 6. We'll add 3 of those. After we've laid out our frames, we can also control the groupings of the frames. So if we don't want the same image in every frame, which is the standard grouping, we can go back and choose different groups. So we'll say group 0. For these 3. And then starting here, we'll add another group, and we'll call this one Group 1. And now we'll have 2 groupings. One of the other things we can do, brand new in version 10, and this really works well for any foldable product, whether you're doing a greeting card or a special photo album that requires a template where frames are rotated, where the image has to be rotated in the frame so that when you fold it, the image displays properly. We've now added both a content mode of how we want to treat the image, crop and zoom it, or fit it to size within that frame, and the ability to either auto-rotate it or force a rotation to a certain degree. That way when we fold it, we know we're going to get the image in the proper orientation to the product that we're going to be our final product. When we're happy with all of our frames, we can go back to Template and we can save that, and it'll build a new one. We'll show you how to access those templates in a minute. But right now what I want to do is actually go to New and want to create something we called a group template. So I'm going to call this V10 grouped. And I'm going to go over to links. In our links, what it allows us to do is select templates to be grouped together. So I'm going to choose a template. I will start with this one. And we're going to drop it right here into our linked field. And then I'm going to get another one and drop it here below it. And then our final one, drop it below that. So now I have 3 templates, and they're all on an 8 by 10 page, and they're going to be linked together. What this is going to do is, if I'm printing on sheets, it's going to allow me to drop one image and fill out 3 individual pages of images with the templates. So on page 1, we're going to get our first 8 by 10 link template. On page 2, we're going to get the 8 by 10 with 2 5 by 7s. That'll be this one here. And then on page 3, we'll get an 8 by 10 with, that's going to be an 8 by 10 page with 4 by 6 and wallets on that template. And they'll be grouped together so I can drop one single image and have it fill out the entire 3 pages of the templates. Let's go ahead and save that. And I'm going to get off the templates creation window. Let's go show you how to actually use these templates now. Under our layout style, we want to choose template. And we can choose whichever templates we've created. So let's look at the B10 tour, and we'll use that one for right now. And I'm going to take an image and drop it into our first group. And you can see how it filled out all three of those frames. And I can take a different image and drop it into the second grouping. Now immediately it's going to go to the next page for automation purposes, and we can either choose to fill out that page or not. If we're happy just with the first page, then that's fine. We can stay there and it'll print that. I'm going to zoom in and show you another thing we can do. I'm going to click on that first frame, and it's going to allow me to control the crop. And so even though we have a template here, we can still alter the crop and the zoom of the image after we've filled out the template. I'm going to go to this frame over here and do the same thing. What we're going to notice now, because we have two frames of the same size, is you'll notice that as I correct one, it's going to automatically correct the other one as well. Makes it pretty simple. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete this one so we can show you how our group templates worked. So let's go back to my layout and choose link templates and choose the linked one. I have a 8x10 linked. It's going to have the same image on each page. I'm going to drop an image and watch it fill out the entire 3 pages, and then it's going to automatically go to the next blank 3 pages and wait for me to put another image into there. So we can quickly automate the use of templates in both school photography and portrait photography, and control our entire workflow and from template creation to template usage in a very simple and automated fashion.